injected with Haldol 17 times and restrained nearly 30 times in a 3-month period last year. This is a true story. It breaks my heart that this child told her case manager that she thought she would die in the facility after suffering such a severe beating in her sleep that she required facial x-rays and couldn't eat. These are just 2 out of millions of stories. These institutions have been preying on vulnerable children and parents for the past 70 years. That is generations of survivors who have had no recourse and no advocacy and have to live with that pain for their entire lives. Since my documentary premiered in September, survivors are finally sharing what they've experienced with the world. Children in these facilities have been even finding ways to reach out to Breaking Code Silence for help, despite being dismissed, discouraged, and threatened into silence. We must empower these children. We must listen, and we must respond accordingly. On October 9th, 2020, I organized the first survivor gathering in Provo, Utah, which brought together survivors and allies from all 50 states to stand in solidarity together. This was one of the most empowering days of my life. I finally felt less alone. Since then, I've dedicated my platform and my purpose to ensuring that no more children suffer at the hands of these systematically abusive institutions. And I will not stop fighting until this change happens. I'm going to be honest. Talking about something so personal was and is still terrifying. But I cannot go to sleep at night knowing that there are children that are enduring the same abuse that I and so many others went through, and neither should you. I am proof that money doesn't protect against abuse. Just because a program charges high tuition or has a prestigious name doesn't mean it's high quality. The state of Utah must monitor the companies that are taking exorbitant amounts of money from desperate people and taxpayers. People are profiting off the abuse of children. This is not right. It's so wrong. Children are our future, and for this to be allowed is despicable. Utah is supposedly built on family values, but the neglect by this state to address this pressing issue has brought us here today. It is your duty as an elected official to protect the public. Today, I urge you to support Senate Bill 127. Enacting this bill into law is the first step to protect our children. Thank you for your time, consideration, and for giving me the opportunity to use my voice. I have been silent for far too long. And I don't know if my nightmares will ever go away, but I do know there are hundreds of thousands of kids going through this right now. And maybe if I stop their nightmares, it will stop mine too. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hilton.
So, Mr. Chair, our next member for my presentation will be Caroline Lorson.
Good volume? Okay,
yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chairman Weiler, and all of the members of the committee for having us here today. We are beyond grateful that you have chosen to address this very serious issue. My name is Caroline Morrison, and I am a survivor of the troubled teen industry. I am also the Senior Government Relations Coordinator for the Breaking Code Silence group. We are a grassroots movement of survivors from the troubled teen industry. Most of us experienced the TTI, as we call it, troubled teen industry, about 15 to 20 years ago. And after a while of sharing our experiences and about the wrongs that have been done, we decided to coordinate and collaborate to make a difference. And I appreciate everyone in this room for holding